I want to start off by saying this year's double XL it was not the best. It was definitely not the best. The ciphers have finally finished. You know what I'm saying? The ciphers have finally finished, and I rewatched both round one and round two because I wanted to give my final thoughts about how I felt about it. And round two is easily from first listen. Round two was significantly better than round one. Okay, all right. The beat was way better, way better. Okay, that first beat was ass. Cinnamon, what the fuck are you doing? The second beat was way better than the first beat. I really feel like the artists in the first. What is it? What? What? I played with you earlier. I took you out and everything. What? What? What is it? What do you want? 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 I play with it. I'm telling y'all. Every time I record a fucking video or whether I stream, she does this every single time. I took her out. She got fed. I played with her for a little bit. Now it's time for me to work, right? And I was working a little bit. I was editing. She wasn't doing shit. But the moment I hit record, because I had a thought of a video that I want to do, she went up and see now she. Okay, all right. Now I'm getting back to talking with y'all. Like I said, the first and second round was a complete difference. The first round, bro. Okay, after looking back in the first round, 1900 Rugrat, he did have some. He was saying shit, but I can't lie. The way he sounds to me, just I can't get into it, dude. I can't. He just like I was like after hearing, I'm thinking like, okay, he got some bars, but I felt like the way how he sounded, it wasn't sounding so appealing to the point where his freestyle just felt so iconic or memorable or felt like really like crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like again, that's how he sound. I'm not gonna really like shit on how he sound. I'm gonna just say his sound personally just didn't really get well to me. Baby Chief Do It was pretty decent. I felt like in a little bit he was kind of like stoned a little bit, but his verse wasn't bad. But I felt like his shit was kind of funny. I ain't gonna lie. But that don't yo real shit. Don't ever that little spit sound you did. Don't ever do that again. That shit caught me off guard. Don't ever do that shit again. Laser Dim, I can't even lie, bro. That his first off, his shit was short as hell. Secondly, you could not really tell what the fuck he was saying, like, cause that nigga was mumbling, bro. He was mumbling. I'm like, what? Lil Shimmy sounded tired as fuck. Again, maybe that's just how he does his music and everything like that. But I mean, that still doesn't. I'm still not gonna let that shit slide. Even if that's how he do his music, he sounded tired as fuck and it sounded lazy. Nino Pay was. I mean, after listening, it was like it was okay, but at the same time, I was thinking like, and then that when he ended that shit off, like when he said that Nino tape type beat, and nigga not me. I'm like, what? Like what? Like what? Ian wasn't even rhyming. That's it. That's all I gotta say. Ian wasn't even rhyming. If Ian could have rhymed, if he could have just rhymed, it could have sounded a lot better. The nigga just rambled and rambled and rambled and rambled. He didn't even rhyme. He just talked like he was like he was reading a social studies book and he was just somehow like rapping it to where it had a rhythm, but it was no rhyme. Then you get over to round two. Okay, we start off with Samara San, right? So Samara, I felt like she did sound off a little bit iffy. You know what I'm saying? But then I felt like she was starting to pick back up. And the thing is, I do know that Double XL they be doing like takes and stuff like that. They be doing like different takes and everything like that. So I did feel like I don't know. I felt like they probably did so many takes because I feel like there was a little edit that when I did see it, there was a little edit. But none than that, she did good. She displayed herself how she liked to display herself. I liked her sound because at the same time she was able to have a nice little flow. She had some good bars and stuff like that. And I just love the one thing I really love is that we had a female who really showcased like it because I think the last woman that we had on Double XL that really showcased a good lyricism ability of like rapping, I believe was Tierra Whack. You know what I'm saying? And I know we had some female artists that we had. No. Hold on. There was somebody in the 2021 cipher. I don't even remember what her name was, but she was in the same boat with like Annalie Chopper and stuff like that. I don't remember her name, but she did good. But as far as recent memory goes, Tierra Whack that really showcased an ability to like really rap instead of like always having to rap about how her coochie always so crazy and shit like that, and a nigga wanna fuck And but she don't let what I'm saying. And I mean, not saying that music like that from women ain't really good and stuff like that, but I feel like it's so rare to get a woman who actually has like a crazy good lyricism ability, rap ability, to not always really rap like that or rap about that. Like could do other shit. You don't gotta always talk about your pussy. And before anybody being like, well, what about the men? Well, yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Men always talking about how they be getting the baddest bitches and stuff like that. I mean, it's vice versa. It's the same thing. But hey, I ain't gonna lie. I'm not trying to always hear about you always getting the new bitch and shit like that, that you fucking everything like that. I mean, yeah, cool. Hey, that's what's up. You know what I'm saying? But if you doing that every single fucking time, you're doing that every single time with every song that you fucking make, nigga, I'ma get bored. Cause it's like you ain't talking about nothing. You just saying the same shit on a different beat, and there's no evolution whatsoever. There's no change. There's nothing. And then I did like how she was like, I think more niggas should get in that kitchen. I think more niggas should get in that kitchen. I feel like a lot of people wasn't really catching on to that because a lot of people always being like a woman should get in the kitchen, a woman belongs in the kitchen and stuff like that. But she was basically saying like, I think more niggas should get in that kitchen. I think you niggas should start cooking. Y'all niggas ain't really cooking. What y'all doing? Like, I like that. You know what I'm saying? I feel like a lot of people probably wasn't really like listening, probably wasn't really thinking. You know what I'm saying? Because it wasn't really much. It wasn't hard to think about. It wasn't much to think about. It's like, oh, okay, boom. That's simple. I like that. And then I liked how she had a lot more fun at the end of that. What do I need to say about Rayvon? The nigga killed the shit. What do I like? Literally, what do I need to say about Rayvon? What do I need to say about Rayvon? He killed his shit. We have not had anybody in Double XL in so long who was able to showcase an ability of rap just like he did. It's been so fucking long. It's been so long since we've heard a new artist come up to the scene and rap just like what he did. The energy he brought out, the confidence he brought out, the flow he brought out, the bars he brought out, the punchlines he brought out. You don't get that from artists no more. You don't. You don't. You don't. You don't. You don't get that type of lyric ability no more from artists anymore. And it sucks. And it sucks that we don't. You know why? You want to know why it sucks that we don't? Because I feel like now within like the media of music, I feel like so many people are just now wanting to hear music when it comes to like just money, getting wrecks. You know what I'm saying? Just always like turning the club up and shit like that. I don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that that type of music is bad. I'm not saying the type of music to where you always want to bump to or you want to dance to and everything like that. Like that music ain't bad. There be times I like to just, just turn up, have fun, just listen, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's so much better when we get new artists. It's so much better to see new artists get the spotlight when it comes to like their lyric ability, they pen game. But it's not like that no more. Now people only want to focus on like the sound, mainly the beat. Keep that in mind. Mainly the beat, and that's it. People don't really focus on like the lyric ability that someone could do. It's mainly off of the sound that they could do. And that's what sucks, man. That's what sucks. That's what sucks. And again, I'm not saying that somebody who can like really rap, who has good lyric ability, I'm not saying like, like we should only like prioritize listening to music when it comes to like, yo, I remember back in the day, I was celebrating through the like just well, I'm not a rapper, but like my point is always rapping about like politics or some shit or flippity dippity. Okay, I can't really fuck with the flippity dippity shit. I ain't gonna lie. Like sometimes depending on how the song is going, the direction, okay, I could fuck with it, but not all the time. That shit could be annoying. But I feel like a lot more people should be complimenting like artists that really got a good like pen ability because I feel like people who can like really rap fucking good aren't really like talked about as much no more. You know what I'm saying? But hey, man, it is what it is. Like, who am I? All I'm doing is just expressing my opinion about how I feel about all this shit. But long story short, Rayvon, he did his shit. He did what the fuck he was supposed to do, man. He showed the fuck out, and I felt like he didn't even need to. He shouldn't even have been in this year's class. He should have been in the classes the year before, and the years before. Like I don't know what class, but that nigga showcase. That nigga felt like he was bringing back like how the older ciphers, like how some of those niggas rapped on. I fucked with that. And then next we had YTB Fat. I felt like I ain't gonna lie. I feel like y'all should have made Rayvon go last. Y'all made Samara and then Ray Vaughn go first, and then goes to YTB Fat, and I can't even cap, his shit was it was not good. It was not good, and it's not because like after Ray Vaughn left such a strong impression, and then you go to him. It's not that. It's not because Ray Vaughn left such an impression and then go straight to him. His verse just was not. It just wasn't good. It felt lazy. Nothing really stood out, and it was pretty short. Like that's pretty much it. Again, as I'm saying all of this shit, like some of the like shit that I didn't really like from all the artists that I'm mentioning right now, keep in mind, I don't hate none of these artists and I don't dislike none of these artists. But at the end of the day, I'm gonna be very honest about how I felt about each artist when it came to this double XL. Because again, I'm pretty sure all these artists got some really good music, but can't lie, most of them when it came to the double XL was not fucking good. Then we get to EM Triplin. I thought I think he was pretty cool. I felt there were a bit of like stutters. I felt like there were a bit of stutters in his verse. But I think his is cool. I felt like I wish like the energy of his shit was like a little bit more. It felt a little bit laid back, but I could definitely tell he does like he's young. I could definitely tell he's really trying to perfect like his pen ability, his writing ability and stuff like that, his rap ability. I see potential. I feel like he's really trying to make sure that his shit like really sounds good. He got the good rhyme schemes, everything like that. I like that. I like that. I like that. He sounds good. He reminds me not too much. He reminds me of like a younger Jid, but he doesn't got that jittery or anything. Like he don't got that. But I feel like with the way he tries to like rap, the flow he tries to rap, it does remind me a bit of Jid. At least that was the impression I got off from his double XL shit. But I thought his cipher verse was definitely a lot better. It left a way better impression to me than his regular freestyle. But I thought his was cool. I definitely see a lot of potential with him. The way Jello started his shit was just, I was like, what the fuck? Like the way he started his shit it was like, what the fuck? But then it picked up. But what was so crazy, it was picking up, right? He was sounding so offbeat, you know what I was saying? But then it got to a point where he kept going and then he started sounding better with what he was rapping. I'm thinking like, okay, then he was starting to get like on beat. And I'm thinking like, okay, I it was funny. Can't lie though, it was funny. It was a good laugh. You know what I'm saying? It was a good laugh for the way he started. Shout out Ludacris. I mean, I understand. Shout out Ludacris, but the way he did it it felt lazy. I feel like he was like, "Move, bitch, get out," but he was like, "Move, bitch, get out the way." Like it was like, what the fuck? It was like, what the fuck? But he did pick it up and he did rap a lot better. I wish, right? Like his acapella freestyle, it was it wasn't. No, it wasn't. His cipher verse was definitely way better than his acapella freestyle, but still, at the end of the day, I mean, at the end, he picked it up, so I ain't mad at it. But yeah, man, look, don't even ask me like to rank all the freshmen's, all the like freestyles, like the cipher freestyles, like who I think is the best to worst. All right, all I gotta say, top two is Rayvon and Samara Sen. That's all you need. Well, top three, Rayvon, Samara Sen, EM Triplin. Okay, that's all you need to know. But other than that, if I was, man, and not only that, I felt like the marketing was ass too. It took so long for the freestyles to drop. It took so long for the ciphers to drop and shit. I felt like the marketing of this year was ass too. Like, because again, keep in mind, nobody was really talking about these artists. Y'all do understand that, right? Nobody was really talking about these artists compared to the other years when we had Double XL, where people will always talk about this, and that. Nobody was really talking about anybody this year. They weren't. People barely even looking at the double XL ciphers and shit now this year. You want to know why? Because the marketing was fucking ass this year. It was. Not only that, but we're gonna start getting to the point on double XL where they're gonna really fall off with this double XL freshman shit because nowadays I feel like they're not really even choosing rappers anymore for the ability to really rap. They just choosing rappers or artists from their ability of like how well they can make a hit song, not well how well their ability is when it comes to like their ability of like rapping. It's not like that no more. That's falling off. Hey, why you chewing my carpet, yo? Why you chewing my carpet? But yeah, man, I just needed to talk about Double XL 2025. I'm man, it's sad. Deadass, it's sad. I feel like Double XL, y'all gotta do better next year, bro. I get it. You want to choose new artists that, yeah, some new artists that been blowing up and stuff like that. Cool. Okay, they got this cool hit song that they made that blew up off of TikTok. I'm gonna say TikTok because that's like the main streaming platform where a lot of music like blew up. But it's like, bro, it's like if we can't if this year didn't succeed well, I don't know how next year's gonna go. Can we please next year do a lot better when it comes to the marketing? Can we please do a lot better when it comes to like selecting artists that actually has an ability to rap? You know what I'm saying? That has that potential and stuff, rather than someone who could just like make a hit song, barely say any shit. They come up to the plate and they barely do any shit. And it's just lazy. It's just like they just got picked and all they did was just want to say like two words and some shit or want to start fucking dancing. And it's like, what the fuck? Nigga, what? But hey man, that's all I gotta say. I just wish this shit was better. Personally, I just wish this shit was better, man. I really, really wish this shit was better, man. This shit sucks. This shit fucking sucks. I hate it. I hate it. It sucks, man. We gotta do better. We gotta do better. We gotta do fucking better.